and welcome. I'm Melinda Akinlami. Tonight, President Muhammadu Buhari asked Nigerians to rise against all odds and remain united as he felicitates with Muslims on the Salah celebrations. Nigeria and the United Kingdom discuss ways of improving ties in warfare, corruption and the economy. British Foreign Secretary Boris Johnson pays tribute to Nigeria's fallen heroes for their sacrifice during the World War I and II. And the United States orders Russia to close its San Francisco consulate and 2 trade missions over what it calls unnecessary Russian action.
And on business news tonight, Fitch Ratings sees 1.7% growth for Nigeria's economy by the end of this year, but says outlook is negative.
On sports news tonight, Nigeria Super Eagles face the indomitable Lions of Cameroon in the heavyweight 2018 World Cup qualifying clash in Uyo tomorrow.
And from Abuja, the federal government assures resident doctors of its willingness to address issues bordering on their welfare to avert a shutdown in the sector.
We'll begin tonight with the President's Salah message to Nigerians. President Muhammadu Buhari has asked all citizens to work together and strengthen the bonds of unity in ensuring the development of the country. He also thanked all Nigerians for their prayers and support while he was on medical vacation in London. In his message, and I quote, "As we celebrate, I sincerely believe that our nation can make rapid progress on all fronts if we reenact the exemplary virtues typified by Prophet Ibrahim through his sacrifice, patience, generosity, and obedience to Allah's command and constituted authority. We must learn to see ourselves as brothers and sisters from the same heritage. We must come to terms with the African proverb that a family tie is like a tree. It cannot bend and break." End of quote. President Buhari is in his hometown Dara in Katsina State for the Eid al-Kabir festival, which begins on Friday. The Salah holiday is just around the corner, and the slaughtering of rams is compulsory in the Muslim rites. From Ogun, Delta, Katsina and Yobe State, there's been a low turnout of buyers at the ram market as Muslim faithful prepare for the celebrations.
The Salah celebration means an expected trip to the market by Muslim faithful to purchase rams, but there appears to be low patronage this year across the states. In the north, a visit to the Kagadama market in Katsina State reveals the reason for a decrease in the number of buyers here.
People, they are crying about the market. They don't have enough money in this situation where we are.
Look at all this market now. They have ram much here, but there's no money to buy it. Then the money for it is too much.
To the south and ram traders at the Oko livestock market in Asaba, Delta State, say sales are also meager, which they blame on the economy.
Before Salah, you can sell this one like an 60 or 55, but because of Salah now, this one carries like an 80, 85, you understand? Because of no market. That is when all people don't cut down their markets.
Ogun State is our next port of call, and barely 24 hours to the Salah celebration, the markets are almost deserted. The price of rams in the Kuto market in Abeokuta has gone up.
I think because of the Salah, like even the rice that we are buying, at least a cup, that's 8 cup before, at the rate of 480 naira, it has increased to 5 something. So I think even meats, everything has changed. I think because of the Salah, but I think maybe after Salah, the price should be able to come down to normal.
People are complaining that they not pay them money, so I don't know what is happening. So we just keep our fingers crossed. So we are still expecting that God will we do it.
Meanwhile, in Yobe State, northeast Nigeria, relief trucks are going round the 17 local government areas, dispatching food and relief materials to IDPs and communities devastated by the Boko Haram insurgency. The aim is to make them a part of this weekend's Salah celebration.
We want to use this opportunity to appreciate the efforts being made by the state government under the able leadership of His Excellency Alhaji Dr. Ibrahim Gaidam. We are up to the task, and that we can ensure that all these items are given out to the people as properly designed.
The Eid al-Kabir celebrations is observed by Muslim faithful the world over. And here in Nigeria, public holidays have been set aside for Friday and Monday. But if last-minute bargains are not possible at the ram markets, the high cost of the animals may affect the celebrations in many homes.
The United Kingdom and Nigeria are discussing ways of teaming up in the fight against terrorism. The British Foreign Secretary, Mr. Boris Johnson, told State House correspondents after a meeting with Nigeria's Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, that military operations and economic partnerships were the focus of the discussions, as Nigeria is a powerhouse of the African economy.
Nigeria's fight against Boko Haram has received a boost from the international community, including the United Kingdom. The UK has so far trained 28,000 Nigerian soldiers, and over 40 UK military personnel have been deployed to Nigeria. The UK Foreign Secretary, Mr. Boris Johnson, led a delegation to Nigeria to discuss areas of collaboration. The meeting, which was held behind closed doors, focused on issues that will strengthen the relationship between the two countries.
We discussed some of the contributions that the UK can make on the military front, on the humanitarian side, on the development aid side, which Priti Patel represents, and also, of course, on building up that trade and commercial relationship between the UK and Nigeria. This is an incredible place. It's the powerhouse of the African economy. We're here with Nigeria every step of the way.
According to the National Bureau of Statistics, the United Kingdom in the second quarter of 2017 accounts for 38.87% of the foreign direct investment in Nigeria, which has a value of $696.7 million. It's the highest foreign investment in Nigeria. While the government is looking at ways of creating the right environment for foreign investment, the UK is exploring ways to grow Nigeria's economy.
The meetings today with all ministers have very much focused on the future, the strength of the relationship, but the future growth for Nigeria and inclusive growth, which means all areas in Nigeria, and how we in Britain can support, growing economy, but also put forward the incentives and help to create the right environment for investment and British investment in Nigeria to secure Nigeria's future.
We're very happy to note that some of the businesses and investors might be interested in investing in Nigeria. So we'd welcome investment. We've tried to make things easy for investors.
The present administration has expressed commitment to address 3 core areas, including security, economy and anti-corruption. The UK is promising to support Nigeria in these areas.
The British delegation also took time to pay tribute to Nigerians who paid the supreme price during the World War and peacekeeping missions across the world. The United Kingdom Foreign Secretary, Mr. Boris Johnson, who spoke at the memorial ceremony in Abuja, commended the military for their contributions to global peace.
The United Kingdom Foreign Secretary and Nigeria's Minister of Foreign Affairs arrived at the National Military Cemetery in Abuja for the dedication of the Abuja Memorial Commonwealth War Graves. The occasion is an initiative of the Commonwealth War Graves Commission, which recognizes the sacrifices of fallen soldiers who paid the supreme price while fighting enemies of peace.
May the souls of the departed heroes rest in peace.
a 1-minute silence in memory of the fallen soldiers, followed by gun salutes. Then the unveiling of the Abuja Memorial Commonwealth War Graves, constructed by the Commonwealth War Graves Commission to honor the over 2,000 Nigerian soldiers who died during World War I and World War II.
And one of those courageous soldiers was also the father of General Buratai, who unfortunately cannot be with us today. But he, like other Nigerians, fought with the Chindits in daring operations behind enemy lines. And tragically, of course, many Nigerian families were bereaved when their sons did not come home. And today we pay tribute to their memory. We reflect with humility on the profound debt that we owe.
Soldiers, artillerymen and engineers of the Nigerian regiment served in the West African Frontier Force between 1914 and 1918. Since then, the country has continued to be involved in peacekeeping operations across the globe. While the names of these gallant soldiers who paid the ultimate price are written in gold today, the occasion also serves as a reminder of the need to pursue peaceful resolution of conflicts.
The importance of memorials cannot be overemphasized, as they represent historical symbols that link the past to the present. They also serve to remind us of the devastating effects of conflict, which so tragically wreaks so much death, destruction, and suffering, and reinforces the imperative for peaceful settlement of disputes.
It's almost a century since some of these soldiers died, but the world no doubt remains appreciative of their selfless service, even in death.
Some of their colleagues may have fallen, but the Nigerian army is still battling the insurgency in the northeast and says troops over there have killed a large number of terrorists, including some of the group's top leaders in Borno State. They include one Abu Judana Mantahiru, who is said to be a deputy leader of a faction of the Boko Haram group, Manchari, Malam Abdullahi, Abu Sahad, and Goni Bamanga. In a statement, the army explains that the operation was carried out in conjunction with the Nigerian Air Force based on a tip-off received about the location of some of the Boko Haram suspects. The army vowed to continue striking the location until all insurgents are eliminated. To legal matters now, the Federal High Court in Port Harcourt, Rivers State has remanded 9 foreigners and 2 Nigerians in prison for alleged oil theft. The suspects were arraigned alongside the company Astral Shipping Corporation SA and the vessel MT Techni. A statement from the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, explains that they are facing a 4-count charge bordering on dealing in petroleum products without a license and tampering with oil pipelines. After hearing from both counsel, Justice James Omotosho adjourned the case to September the 6th and ordered the prosecution to provide interpreters for the accused persons. In part 2, after the break, President Muhammadu Buhari orders the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, to move personnel and resources for victims of flood in Benue State. That's in a moment. Join us again.
Rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun. 3 little birds pitch by my doorstep, singing sweet songs of melodies pure and true, saying, this is my message to you. Singing, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every